For those of you out there that hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey Chris, how you doing? Type something else, see if you got a wrench by your name. Testing 1 2 testing. Still got a 10-second delay there. I tried ultra low latency last time, but there was a problem when I tried to play it back. I think it played back okay on my mobile device, but when I tried to play it back through my TV, man, it was just choppy. It kept cutting out. So there's still some stuff I got to figure out here. I have to edit my live stream, cut out a little bit, or else it doesn't put it in my main section. I don't know if I'm missing something on this or not, but if I don't do that, it seems like no one sees it. I used to be really good at technology.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm a little disappointed today. Trying to get Snapchat to work again. It's sad. In January, they took it off of the desktop app, and that limits all the cool stuff that I can do. I miss Snapchat. Still got a few filters saved in there, but I need an alternative, and I need a cool one. I need one that does deep fakes, man. I want to get... Mic check. Testing. Testing 1 2. Testing. Little volume check. Volume check. All right, we're about ready to get started. Now I don't hear me. Check, 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 check. There we go. What does this button do? What does this button do? And what does this button do? Sometimes you just got to push buttons, man. That one didn't work. Ooh, that one sounds cool. Now I can't hear me. Now I can't hear me. I'm playing around. All right, we're getting ready to get started. Chris says he hears me. You hear me acting like an idiot? Because I do that sometimes. All right. Let's get rid of this screen. Now I can't hear me. Now I can't hear me. Okay, good. Crypto bubbles on the daily, man. Ooh, look at all that red. And without it, do not expect it from a Monday, but expected a little bit better than this. Hour's looking good. Ooh, Litecoin's up to $101. You go, Litecoin. Phantom. Well, maybe I'm complaining just a little too early. Arbitrum's up to 165. Well, we know what we got to do here. Ooh, Atom's up to 1237. So I'm hoping the internet's all right. I'm not cutting in and out, but I'm getting some of that over on my end. Oh, well, that was the wrong button, wasn't it? That's not chill music, man. I need... That's chill. Let's go with chill. All right, I think I'm through playing now. Let's just check on the charts. And here I am on the 1 minute because, man, I've been spending a lot of time there lately. It makes me forget to look at the big picture, though, so bad habit. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of some of these little lines from the 1 minute. And wow, look at this drop today, man. Wow, look at that. Ooh. Big old candle. Heading down to this 618, possibly down to this 786. 28,492 is in the cards. Let's just go ahead and extend this trend line on out. So coming on the 21 moving average on the daily, that's coming in at 28,876. Let's hope that holds. It could. Could just wick down there, have a candle body here at the 618. Make this a partial decline and go up. That would be cool. What did the indicators say? Indicators say, hell no, we're coming down, man. Not what I wanted to hear. Ichimoku cloud's getting thick, but it's still far away. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Oh, baby, it's coming down. That's why our alt should be looking better. Should have those high prices out of our altcoins. Oh, you taking profit? And this chart says that alt season may be coming around the corner. If we can get Bitcoin to act right. So the 4 hour Bitcoin dominance. Rising channel. Could say it's a ascending, broadening wedge. Possible. If I were to go that route, I would connect it like this. And we're at support. Now the question is, are we going to catch support here and start going up? Because that's not going to be good for alts. Or we're going to break on through to the other side, like Jim Morrison said. Several different ways to look at this. So, we got a swing low to swing high, so I will start a line there. Just kind of play and see what happened to it. Was a channel at one time, broke through that. Extender lines to here. That was actually a good line right there, it looks like. Several different ways to look at this right now. Zooming out just a little bit, I got a trend line drawn here. And I got it to the candle bodies. Put it to the candle wicks. And we broke that one, but the candle body should hold pretty strongly. It's getting kind of iffy here, isn't it? So let's check out the weekly. Weekly's got weekly has a red dot on it. Money flow coming to the downside. Monthly kind of extended, starting to roll over here in the VWAP. However, money flow is still going up. Very interesting signs to look at for Bitcoin right now. So weekly says it's time to come down a little bit. Daily says, well, we may be coming down, but we may bottom out soon. However, this money flow coming to the downside, that's not the greatest sign. So unless money flow turns back up, which doesn't always happen, but our stochastics are coming down to the bottom. VWAP's trying to curve around. That might be a promising sign. But it looks like it's going to be kind of a pretty slow week for Bitcoin this week. Not excited too much about what I'm seeing overall. Well, that was the dominance chart. So scratch all that for Bitcoin. Put it into dominance. So if dominance is getting ready to take off, let's start back over. Dominance has got the red dot. Let me check out Bitcoin. I just totally lose it. But Bitcoin, okay, so Bitcoin has not posted the dot. The indicators have not yet turned, but man, they're starting to get up that way. But money flow's coming up. That's good. Okay, that's a little bit better than what I was looking at before. All right, so back onto dominance. Now we like it when dominance comes down, and it's best when Bitcoin's performing sideways. But is dominance getting ready to take a leg up? It's at a good spot to where it can. If only we could see it break through this trend line, or ought to be a little bit more happier. But I'm not seeing signs that it's definitely just going to like pop straight back up yet. And let me know if the music is too loud. Alrighty. Checking just a few things here. Checking the dollar, which that's been a talking point lately because it kind of looks like the dollar is wanting to go back up, and that's not usually good for our markets. And there's that blasted orange trend line, man, that we've been struggling with for so long. Are we going to go back up to that again? I mean, really? Come on, dollar. But we had a falling wedge there, technically a falling channel, but, you know, you can make these wedges inside these channels, break into the upside just a little bit. See what we can interpret here. Rejected at the 382. I'm cool with that. If we can come down to this 2.7, might be a happy time for stock markets and crypto. But it looks like we're trying to get a double bottom here. Come back up. We'll retest this area at the 236. Quite possibly move up to the 382. Total 2, however, has broken bullishly up out of this inverted head and shoulders. Will it meet our measured move, our target 1? Because we just need about $55 billion to come into the market. That's all we need to get there. Not going to come out of my pocket. Hell no. Maybe somebody should call Elon. Elon, we need a hand. Two people, what's up? Guys, I'm very open to look at any coins that you want to look at. I do have some that we can go over, and when I get bored with that, figured, hey, we'll go on a little DeFi tour. See if I can show you some of the things that I've been in and currently getting into. Did a little bit of that last night, though, so I don't want to wear that out. Inverted head and shoulders for Crypto Total 2 actually comes, Measure Mu comes up at $800 billion. So we just need 150 billion to come into this market to give us that awesome altcoin season we're looking for, right? So if there's an altcoin season happening, we're at the very beginning stages of it. But looking at crypto bubbles, not bad. Things are starting to look a little good there, at least for the hour. Weekly's looking pretty good. Checking out Woo there. That's actually one that I'm into on MexC Global. That one's been a good one. It's been slow and steady up. Looks like it might take a little breather right now. But I've been very pleased with the gains from that. Oh, Chris came ready. BRA, Velo, LPT, Sheep. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Let me get on a good time frame here. Let's kick it off with VRA. Veracity. Now, if I can think of it, I also want to look at these in Bitcoin. Can I split my screen? We split it in half there. And we just kind of see how they're going against Bitcoin. If I can get on the same time frame. Let's check out the daily and the daily. So we're lining up all right. So what I'm looking forward to is seeing all these increase in value with Bitcoin. So we can see some price going up in dollars, but when we get an altcoin season, they will outperform Bitcoin, and that's an excellent time to take profit in the Bitcoin when we start seeing that. So I'm going to start paying a little bit more attention to some of those Bitcoin pairs. Veracity on the daily. Stochastic's getting tired. MACD still has a little more steam to go to. A little more steam to go. Not seeing any outstanding divergences there. That's going to hinder us on the daily. Bumping up through this Ichimoku cloud. So even though this little guy's getting kind of tired, we got VWAP coming to the downside. Money flow, questionable state. Is it going up or is it going to go sideways? Got to give that one some time to play out. But there's some indicators here that it's going to go down. So I'd be looking for a retest. We are in the middle of this Ichimoku cloud. Not so likely that it would spit us out at the bottom. But we can come back down and retest this 0.00712 area, this 9-day moving average. Hopefully catch that as support. If it falls from there, I don't think it'll come too much further because we've got a bunch of moving averages grouped up right here. That would be very hard for price to break down below that. I'm not saying they couldn't, but it'd have to fight a little bit to do it. Now looking on the 4-hour, I'm liking it. Got a little red dot, green dot going on the BMC, on the momentum wave there. Stochastics caught a partial decline there. Now this looks interesting. 100 crossed to 200. That is definitely a bullish sign. We had a golden cross right over here. That was a buy signal. And it's showing little signs of maybe some parabolic movement going there. So the shorter term time frames are looking very nice there. Draw a trend line. Draw another trend line. And overall, looking at that parabolic structure. So right now it's good. If we are in a parabola, we're getting ready for the third stage. If this one takes off, this will be one of the biggest movers. Okay, the third one. We got this will be stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 should give us a nice little leg up. So just treat those as bull flags, and that should give you a target right there about 0.00929. And that may be a good area to take profit. But what else am I seeing here? That looks very much like a bottoming pattern called Adam and Eve. We got Adam hanging out of his fig leaf there. Got Eve being a little cheeky, giving us this neckline, a little bit crooked. You can actually draw it there. It's pretty straight. Measured move from this. Let's take 2. We'll come down to the bottom of the bowl. And we'll come down to the bottom of the ding dong. I said it. Ding dong says we're going to 0.01. And our other measure move comes at 0.0095, just a little bit above the bull flag we're looking at there. So 3 measure move targets right there that we can take advantage of. One thing that we may see now, if price does start going sideways, and it looks like it's doing it now. And technically that's in line with this pattern, because a lot of times it'll get above this neckline and just kind of flag out. So maybe have a few days in the flag. Well, or a few candles in the flag, maybe a day or 2. We are on the 4-hour. Everything looks really good on this time frame. Checking out the 8-hour, things look good on the 8-hour. What was I seeing so bullish over or bearish over? It was just the indicators here, but not. I don't like that though. But now we've seen an instance of it over here, where it came down. It looked like it was doing that, and it popped right back up. Maybe we'll see something like that. Jump over to the weekly. Weekly's doing good. Okay, so daily's just got a little bit of a lull in it. Looks like. Check the 3-day. 3 days doing good. So maybe, let's see, the 12 hours got a red dot on it. 4-hour does not. Well, 4-hour just now got a red dot. Come on, man. Don't play with me like this. How dare you print a red dot, especially on my live stream like that, after all these bullish signals? How dare you? Pulled a grid on me, man. Come on. We're still holding this 9 moving average on the 4. That shows some promise. But I don't think we'll break down through this trend line. If we do break down through this trend line, if we lose 0.075, I would look for maybe some more downside, but signs are showing me that we're just going to flag out here on this larger pattern. That's a great bottoming pattern. So I'm still looking for these moves. It just may take just a minute to get there. So veracity, I like it. Let's post it. I want to post it. Pull up my Telegram and go over here and post it. I would really like to put more details when I do this, but I just don't have time to write all that stuff out on these lives, so that did not work, dude. There we go. Okay, you like that one, so I'll erase this one then. I got one too many on there. Let's edit this little guy. VRA 4 hour from live stream. Havid's in the house. Glad to have you here, Havid. And so we did VRA. Now let's move on to Velo. And on the 4 hour. So we had this descending triangle, right? Pretty much a good straight line holding support, right? So far, anyway. Let's see if we can get a few more touches lined up there. I'm going to line up that wick with that wick. And comes close to there. It actually, I don't like it. Can I see some bodies? Need to see some bodies, some candle bodies. Let's move it up to a higher time frame. Does that give us any more clarity? Candle body. It's kind of similar to what I was getting over there. Candle wick, 2 candle bodies. I'm trying to figure out if this is a good sign or not. So normally these patterns, I just don't trust triangles. I'll just throw it out there. I don't trust triangles, symmetrical or otherwise. I do trust wedges though. Wedges are cool. Wedges rarely let me down. Triangles let me down all the time. So price action, the more it taps this, the more it bangs at that door, the more it's likely to fall through. Now, how far it falls through? Well, we got this 200 moving average right here on the daily. That would be a good point to stop us up. Hopefully, this 100 will catch us support, and we'll just kind of move on up through this big red Ichimoku cloud. I do like that it's getting thick and not thin, because if it gets thin over here, down, headed down. But it looks like it's found a good area of support for the time being. Although, man, why are we getting red dots on our altcoins, man? Because Bitcoin dominance ready to go up? I'm going to check out the 1 hour on this. Very noisy, but it wants to come down. So this one's going to struggle for a little while. We're going to fight with this area about just a little under 0.006, and let's hope that it holds, man. Let's hope that it holds. It's showing me some signs that it may not, but looking here on the 4 hour, not so much as ascending. That lines up pretty nice with those 2 wicks. And descending triangles, usually if they break down, what do they form? Usually a falling wedge. Not crazy about that. Right there. So I'm going to match up those 2 touches, and I have no other touches, and that bugs me. So when that happens, I like to come down to the smaller one, where I do have more touches. She looks like she wants to come down a little bit, but I don't think it'll be anything too terrible. We lost the 618 there. I'd be eyeballing these two areas, and that I'd keep my eye on that 200 daily moving average right there. It looks like we may be headed that way. Chris asks, is there a bit of a pullback in the general crypto market? Well, yes and no. I mean, we got some better prices on some of these coins, but today has just been kind of weird. So what we got Bitcoin price falling down, and that's going to affect the alts. And then we got Bitcoin dominance that looks like it's getting ready to go back up. And if that happens, alts will take a hit. And so I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance right now, and it's at a support area. We come to a smaller time frame. And again, there's several different ways you can look at this. You know, first we were more in a kind of a channel, and we could take a measured move from that, which tells us we could come down here to this area. Now that would be cool. I'm good with that. But right now in the 4 hour, my indicators are telling me that it's found support. And when I redraw that trend line, now I've got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches. It's valid. 2 touches up here makes a valid pattern. Need 2 on one side, 3 on the other. And this one on it, I mean, this one could go either way. It's not exactly a perfect straight line. I'd feel more comfortable if it were. It's close, though. It may play out like one of those. But the more this slants, the bigger the chance it has to go to the upside. And the more straight it is, the better chance we have to come to the downside. So kind of an iffy situation with Bitcoin dominance. If I had to go by moving averages, I'd say we're coming down, because we got these crosses of the 21 and the 9 over at that 200. Just waiting for this white one and that blue one to cross it before the white one will. If we see those cross, then things could look good for alts. And we'll get over to LPT in just a second. Avi says, take a look at Gallo when we can. We will. And Jasmine, Bud with the SEC and Algo. I know, man. Oh, Gary. But Gary's going to be in the hot seat tomorrow, man. He's got to be in front of the Congress tomorrow. I want to watch that. So I think they're ready to rip into him. I hope they make him cry. Just like my picture. Just like my thumbnail. I hope they make him cry. All right, let's move on to LPT. Now that's that. Been doing well. Been doing a lot better, hasn't it? That looks pretty nice. Let's see overall. That's a breakout. Touch. And then we flipped it for support, retested it right here. That is bullish. And a symmetrical triangle. Go figure. All right. Now this is all the price data that I have on here. Let me see if we... man, FET's been on KuCoin for a while. There we go. There's some more information on Binance. Oh, look! It just hit a target from the Binance chart. That must have been where I charted it last. So, is that a good take profit area? Or one of them? But, look what's happening. Do you want to take profit now? It's always good to take profit. You need to always pay yourself. But 4 hours telling me that it's got, may have a surprise for us. And I like it. Liking it a lot. Getting ready to get a golden cross on the 4 hour. It's getting ready to move. So we also have another Adam and Eve pattern right here. Got the ding-a-ling. I don't know what kind of mood I'm in tonight, but it's weird. Let's give Eve some liposuction there or something. What I do? So Let's make it pretty. So Adam. And Miss Eve. And let's get some targets here. Now, it's not complete, so that's what we got to watch out for. Because sometimes, if they don't complete, they do some crazy stuff. They have been known, and you can see it on some current charts now, even some I called on Adam Eve on. Sometimes you can see them go up, and then sometimes you can see them making another double bottom. It's like Eve's got two booty cheeks that she wants to show off. So hopefully we'll... Are they booties? They may be something else. I don't know. We could see something like that. That could happen. Don't want to see that, though. All right, so what we need to see and what we probably will see, signs are looking good. The price will probably still continue up to this area, about 48 cents. Does that? We'll have to see what it does. Hopefully it'll break above it, flag out, and then we can kick a measure move for a higher target, and let's figure out what that is right now. And that could take us up to 64 cents is what I'm getting on that. And let's just mark this little guy as a measure move. So that would be my number one target. If you wanted some others, I would just draw a fib. Oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? So our neckline comes up to the 618. So let's watch that area closely. I would put that as your take profit. Or as a take profit. When you fight, you fight, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. Everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I had the same piece. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? You wanna eat decent? So when I do my charts, I put my targets in red. If I come across a Fibonacci, I like to put them in yellow, golden pocket, that kind of thing. Measure moves I put in blue, and the green, usually buy levels or support levels, especially if they go all the way across like that. But I'm looking for the next target being about 48.8 cents, and we'll have to see what it does there. It could get rejected there and kind of stumble around, flag out, or maybe you can come back down and make another bottom and retest this area, or it could just go to the moon. So all eyes on this area at 48 cents. Let's copy that link. Oh, Chris said, thanks, there's a lot of talk about BRE on Twitter, and that's why I was looking at it. There has been a lot of talk about that lately. So we'll put FET 4 hour. Just a little note on here, and we'll move on. All right, we got that one posted. Chris says a lot of red today. There, especially on Bitcoin. KuCoin just started dropping like a rock. FET. So, Chris, you're not on. I didn't know KuCoin was banned in Canada. What exchange do you use? Because I can look it up on that exchange. That's just a little bit better there. Did we did FET already. Shiba. Man, these charts are looking good. I mean, I'm just looking at the indicators. No. Some of them are kind of iffy, okay? The MACD's not looking that great, but the moving averages are looking good overall. So there's going to be some retest. But they're spread out. They're in order. It's got a little bit tired, coming back down, going to retest this 50 area. May touch the 100. But overall, it looks good. It doesn't look like they're getting ready to cross there at all. Stochastics are all the way down to the down to the bottom. VWAP's kind of doing a little iffy thing, but can easily swing back to the upside, especially if the stochastics are at the bottom. And money flow's in the green, and when we got green money flow, all the bad stuff just ain't that bad. Got the cloud over here, but we're not close to that yet. If this was like right up near it, almost touching it, I would be nervous, because that would be a sign that we're getting ready to go into it, but we're in a good position with that. So things for Shiba is actually looking good on the 4 hour. Daily says, tired. So we are getting mixed signals. Looks like the daily on a lot of these things are not looking so great, but the shorter terms are. So now the last time that happened was right over here. Wasn't that bad. Even with all the red in the money flow being in the red. But still, money flow is starting to come up some. But at least we lost VWAP here. It looks like it's just going to go to hell in a handbasket, right? Did it? No, not really. Overall, it looks good to me. We found support on a 618 area. It got rejected at the 0.5. We just got to work our way through it, work our way through this cloud. It just looks like it's going to be a slow week for movement. And alts may get a pump up or pump down. But it just looks like it's going to be a sideways week. And so I'm going to leave that one just the way it is. But 4 zeros and 1182 definitely could go back up there, but the next target up there would be 1276 area, right back up here. But it may take it all week to get there. I don't. It's been a very weird market today. So GMX, that one's been pretty popular lately. Oh, Chris says he's on decentralized exchanges. And crypto got, crypto, yeah, I use that too. I like it since they started doing the limit orders more. They needed to do that. Well, let's check you out on Binance here. There we're on the daily with the red dot again. So, stochastics at the top, red dot and everything. And I may say, or I think we're going to do this red dot, green dot type thing, and just kind of fluctuate. That's kind of what I'm seeing happen. Because man, our moving averages are just looking awesome. And let's This one has just been up and to the right, pretty much overall. So that looks pretty good. And match this, that candle top there. It looks like a really nice rising channel there. And I would be looking at this area of $103, somewhere through there. Found support at the 3.8 or at the 618 there. That would actually see 97.90 would be at my 127. These three areas play out very, very well. So those are the targets. Those are the targets I would go for. And if you're trying to look for a buy target, I'll be looking at the 50 moving average. Possibly the 100. I mean, there's a chance, you know, we can come back down here, but that would be breaking our structure. So just drawing a trend line right up through there, and just wait and see if there's a break or not. If there is a break, expect it to come down to at least here, if not lower. Now, because that could happen. This is normally a bearish pattern, which would break to the downside, normally about 65 to 68% of the time. But if we're going toward an alt season, if one's really coming, it will break up here and then it will just go freaking crazy. So just to safeguard, I would watch this trend line, draw a trend line right there and watch it carefully, and just to see if it would break underneath it. But the moving averages are telling me that, man, this one's doing good right now. And that's on the daily. 4 hour. 4 hours telling me that it's very possible to come down here to the $82 area. It's possible. And that's our 50 moving average, and it also lines up with the support area right over here. So that would be a good place to look for a possible buy-in or add into your position. But our indicators, stochastics are down 1 point up, green dot on market cipher, money flows in the green, VWAP came up, which makes me think this little guy is going to be a bull flag. And a bull flag would give us this area right here. At 101.24, and I think we had that number earlier from somewhere. So that is some confluence. Let's see if I can fit this in my screen a little bit better. I think I'll just keep it on the daily and post that. Man, that's hard to fit in here. So I don't know if it's going to get a retest there or not, but if it goes up, I mean, this was a measured move here. For a bull flag. So even if some were to FOMO in now, it could be a 17% return just getting up to to that measure move. If that one plays out. Not bad. We'll post that. Got to turn some lights on. It's dark in here. GMX. Was that little guy? All right, so we did those VRA, Velo, FET, Shiba, GMX. Just taking a look at the chat here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Gala and Jasmine. We need better regulatory clarity, then we can have big money come in with confidence. Exactly. They're playing on the low though, at least with the Bitcoin and Ethereum. But for all the other altcoins, man, yeah, they're not really as hot about that. But we definitely need some clarity. All right, let's take a look at Gala. 4 people, glad to have you. Thank you for showing up. So daily indicators are still a little tired, but they don't look that terrible. Trying to get a look at the MACD here at the bottom. Oh, that looks nice. Stochastics, of course, they can get pinned up here, kind of like they did over here. But they still are kind of topped out. But money flow's coming up, VWAP's coming up, that's a good sign. This is momentum wave. It's got a little ways so it can still go up. I mean, it went up over here to the 80% level. It's just at 63 right now. So there's a chance for some upward action there, and moving averages say that that's likely to happen. Look at that little thin thing of green. Oh, that's a good sign. When you come up through this cloud and you see a little sliver of green there and it's starting to point up, that looks good to me. Gala Games looks like it's getting ready to do something. What was this over here? This was a rounding type bottom that did not play out. Now that's very rare, but how long was that period? From May to, oh my gosh, that was back in August. I was looking for a bottom in August. That's the pattern, but not the right time of the market for that. Let it be known that I've officially found one that did not work out. Because that one looks good. And what happened here? This was August. That was before all the Sam Bankman-Fried crap. All right. So got a lovely symmetrical triangle. But the good news is that the moving averages are looking nice for the daily. Let's tune down to the 4 hour. Are you trying to break out on me? Looks like you're trying to. Are you going to do it? I mean, it's good signs that we're above that, and the 50's moving to the upside. Got to get this white one, this 100 to cross that yellow one. It looks like it's going to take a pretty good move to make it do that. But you know, MACD says he's ready for it. He's ready to give it a shot. See if we've seen any kind of divergences there. Let me go back to the daily, check for some divergence. Down, not bad. I'm not really seeing anything that's going to hinder it that way. So 4 hours starting to shape up pretty nicely. A little bit of a rounding shape there. It's like it tried to do an Adam and Eve, but that's kind of a poor Adam and Eve. It can still play out though. If it does make this neckline, we can definitely take a measured move. And this will be a little bit more conservative than trying to read that whole symmetrical triangle. But if it does complete this kind of Adam and Eve shape, you're looking at possibly 0.00, just right at 7 cents. And that would be nice. And that could be a possibility. A neckline comes in like the 618, like our other pattern did. So I'm going to consider this to be an Adam and Eve shape, even though it's not your typical. Usually you'll see them round out closer to where this one did. But it still technically fits those definitions. But to me, it looks good. It's got promise to go up. I think we're about ready to get ready for that breakout. I would just be looking at this area, the 5 cent area. It looks like it may have some trouble there. And of course, all these fib levels are great places to take profit. And our measure move from that comes up really close to our 172. And it would be great to see it go up to 8 cents, but I'm not going to put that one out there just yet. See if I can fit this into my frame there. Copy that link. This is 4 hour. Pay attention to the 618, the yellow line. All right, and now we're coming on Jasmine. Now that one's been doing pretty good, hasn't it? Nice. Nice. Check out our daily. It's probably tired again. Look at that. How did you know? They're all... Oh. This one does not have a red dot for today. This one actually on the daily is down at the bottom there with stochastics, momentum wave working its way down. That's good. Well, I'm on the 12 hour. Still doesn't have it on the daily. It was a couple of days ago, right? 2 days ago. So are you coming down? It can. Now, if it does, we're looking at retesting this area right over here with our moving averages. But man, the red one just crossed over bullishly over the 50 and 100. Let's come over to the 4 hour here. And so there's where we're getting tired. We got the bearish cross there, 9 cross number 21, coming down to the 50 to retest it. Hopefully we will catch support here because these averages look really nice, spread out. It is also, if we come back over here, some people would call it a cup and handle. I'm not going to argue about it. It was also the rounding shape and one of the patterns that we look for, but it did come back down to the area over here. So now we got to look at the possibility of this being an extended rounding pattern. And how does that match up? From over here, touches there and there. I will take that. So overall, this bottoming power pattern we were looking at, still valid. It's just that parabola, and they are subjective, and I do keep saying that. And even when you draw them out, I mean, you can manipulate them, and I don't trust that. I'd like to see how they just come out naturally. That's really the only way that I do trust them. That's just me. I don't think there's any definite set rules there, but that's how I play it. And so this looks good to me. We got support. Let's blow this up a little bit. It's like we got into a little war here with our moving averages. They just went all crisscrossy there, but they're bullish. So we got three crossing, well, two of them crossing bullishly over this 50. Technically, the 50 went under the 100, so a little sideways there. It's looking good overall. It's looking good. Maybe a little bit of retest to come back down to these areas, and we can draw Fibonacci to get those areas. 618 lines up with that. That's confluence. So possible to see the 0.0055 area retested. Possible. Doesn't have to happen. May just come down to this 50 area because that's support over here. It could catch a bounce there. Little sliver green over the Ichimoku gives me confidence that, you know, it's got a good shot to just do a little correction and then head up. So maybe something like this, or maybe down a little bit further. Overall, it's looking good to me, but I don't think that's going to be a bull flag. No, just draw a trend line and just kind of watch it. It would be great if it does not break this trend line. If it finds support here at 0.062 at that 3.8, that could be a strong move. But it's lost the 236, so it's not ready to skyrocket. Overall, it looks good. It's just that this is just going to be a weird week, it looks like. Now, I am curious. Look at it against Bitcoin. See if there's anything else different there. Since it may come down on that one too. It doesn't look as great on Bitcoin right now, but it's got a double bottom there. So if you're playing this for Bitcoin, possibility of making a double bottom here, which would give us a measured move up to 55 sats from 22 sats. So it's a possibility to double your Bitcoin right there if you play it right. And I like to double my Bitcoin. All right, let's go back to the chat for a second. Appreciate you guys being here. GRT is another great AI-ish play. Chris says he's heard a lot about GRT too. GRT, the graph, man, it came out last cycle. So much marketing, so much hype. I mean, they were pushing it. And thought it would really do good, man, but it was such a slow player. So I'm just skittish of it for its past, just because of its past performance. I know you're on KuCoin. Take a look at this on the daily here. It's been a while since I looked at this, at least on KuCoin. About the same situation as the other coins right now in the daily. Well, it can't be too long while I looked at it, because I got a trend line. But moving averages are looking good. Look at that. They're starting to spread out. That looks strong to me. And they're just now getting lined up, so it's getting ready to move. Already broke through the red part of the Ichimoku cloud, got green over here. Kind of an Adam and Eve thing. It's technically it's a bottoming pattern, right? You'd normally look at this toward the bottoms on the time frames. But I mean, you can kind of get some of these patterns as they, you know, form other patterns. You can kind of see those patterns inside. So, well, still got those symmetrical vibes though. That's so that's the breakout. What does the volume look like? So we got price going up and volumes coming down, and so that's some weakness there. So I would expect a retest of this trend line, and that would also be a retest of the 9 moving average that lines up with that too. See if I can blow this up a little bit. So I would definitely be looking at that. What did I just do? So this one's a good buy zone at just a little under 16 cents there, 15.8, 15.9. So most likely we'll probably see a retest of this area. That would be a great time to get in or add to your position, paying attention to whatever's going on. Of course, you know, want to validate that it actually catches support there, and add some more to your position, and it can go up. Now let's get some targets. Now we could take a measure move, but like I say, with triangles, kind of iffy. But we'll throw it out there. Click the wrong one. And I want to take a fib from the bottom to the top. Measure move comes in right with our 3. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Right on the 382. For a symmetrical triangle. Go figure. If it plays out, I may not be as hard on them. So I'll mark these 2 other targets here. So we'll be looking at 34 cents. Measure move takes us to 30 cents, just a little over 30 cents, 30.2 cents. The 2.7 brings us up to just a little over 28 cents. So those look like very good targets. And of course, you can always take it at the top of the pattern there. So looking for another target, 23 cents. Shorter term target would be about 19. Why is that yellow? Now we could do something funky here. I think it's going to be the same though. But it's actually a valid measure move after things play out at 41 cents. We could be seeing 41 cents out of that. May take it a half the year to get there though. Okay, going to make a copy of this one. Post it to the group. And we got that one posted. Go back to the chat. Oh no. Move the chat over.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Chris says everybody still loves the AI coins. I hope so, because there's a lot of hype for them. I'd say a few of them are actually doing some cool stuff. Like AGIX I know is. I haven't really... I'm sure FET is, but I'm not as familiar with that as I am AGIX. 4 people, 4 likes, not bad. No, I appreciate every like that I get. You are underrated, dog. I'm sure you'll get busier and more people will hear about you. Well, in time. I don't get depressed about it. Everything takes a little bit of time. Javi says, I agree as well, Chris. Are you still bullish on QNT? I'm trying to be bullish on QNT. I am overall. But I got into a trade setup, not one of my own. Because sometimes, you know, when they throw them out on the trading group, I'm like, okay, I'll test your theory out. We'll try it. And it didn't look bad. I mean, it looked very plausible, but it just didn't play out as great. So it's not... I'm just disappointed in its performance so far. But overall, I think it's... I'm cool. I don't want to give it up, you know. So I'm still trying to... I'm doing it on margins, so I'm manipulating my position a little bit. I'm trying to get my buy price down a little bit. So I'm playing this range type deal. This is a messy chart. So it looks like we're still headed back down to maybe into our buy zone. And so what I'm doing on margin, the trade setup that I took, I think we were looking at this as an inverted head and shoulders, which it is, and it went up. Okay, so technically it either met its target or came really close to it. Actually, I think it may have been after that. I think it was, and that was the mistake. That's probably, yeah. I think we were looking at this as a bull flag, and you gotta be skeptical with bull flags. I mean, when they play out, they're great, but they don't always play out. And that was the one I was giving a chance on, and then this is what I got. So, it seems like my average buy price was right around 130 or something. So I don't know if I'm telling this accurate or not. But I was getting in around 130. That's about my average buy price, somewhere around 130, 135. So I'm kind of under on it a little bit. So what I've been doing as it goes up, I'll sell off just a little bit and then set limit orders where it buys it back up as it comes down lower, just to kind of lower my average price there. But there's a saying in crypto that, you know, what gets wicked gets candlestick. What gets wicked gets candlesticked. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So it looks like it's possible we'll actually get a candle body down here to around 111. It retested this trend line, and it's like it just may come back down there. I may have to reevaluate. But on the daily, but somebody said there was some news about it. Now I tried to look, I didn't find anything on it. I haven't searched really hard. I need to do that, but I haven't seen anything. But if you know the news, point me in that direction. Stochastics are at the bottom. Volume, the VWAP is starting to head up a little bit. It may have a little turnaround here, but I do not like that thin little sliver right there. That's not a good sign for me. Not a good sign for me. But you know what? I mean, if it comes down to $100, I'll find a way to pick up some more. But yeah, I'm still bullish on it. I'm just very disappointed in it. Message retracted. I think it will take a wick as well. Yeah, it looks like it. They had a hack on an exchange. Okay. On an exchange, so it wasn't the chain then, right? Well, that should be more on the exchange. I'll have to research that, find out the story on that. But thanks for telling me that. Yeah. I don't know how I missed the news. So now this rising megaphone patterns actually has a measure move, right? And we can do it two different ways. It has a small percentage of meeting that whole measure move though. So sometimes we'll take them from another touch point and put it at the breakout. But it's possible $58. So I'm watching. But we did do a retest of this and come back down, found support. And if anything, I'm looking at it coming back down to retest this weekly support. If it breaks there, I'm just going to have to take my losses, and then because that's going to make a ugly head and shoulders. If you can see that, it's got a shoulder, head, and shoulder, and that baby could be valid. Not what I want to see out of QNT. So I need to dig into the news on that, see what's going on. Because that also gives us confidence back down to this $58, $59, $55 area. Oh my gosh. I'm not liking what I'm seeing right there. 4 hour. Might have some hope. Might. I'm not seeing it. If this was big and thick, I might have more confidence. This one may be a bigger disappointment than I anticipated. It says BitTrue was the exchange. I want to take a look at that. QNT. That was 3 days ago, huh? Oh, they were hacked for 200 billion SHIB? Millions of QNT, Gala, so, oh wow, and Matic. Oh, they got a bunch of stuff, right? Wow, man, I totally missed that. Clearly, I've not been staying up on my news. So, but all those look pretty decent overall. Interesting. Well, come on, Quant. People are counting on you, man. And Cartesi went nuts over the weekend. I reckon. Ooh, that's a bull flag. That is a bull flag. Are you getting tired? You should be getting tired. How tired are you getting? Let's check out this weekly. Huh. Have I got anything I can work with here? Not really. Weekly does not look bad. 5 day looks good. To get that big a wick there though. $12-hour looks good for the cloud. So looking for some downside there. Retracement down to the about 21 cents maybe. Oh wow, look at that. That's beautiful. Okay, so on the 4 hour, is that about 21 cents? It is, okay. 4 hours on the 21 coming down. Looks like it's flagging out to me. It's got that big wick though. Now, let's go to regular candles, and it's got a big wick, but it's green. So when you see things go up like that, and you see those big wicks, sometimes that's a reversal signal, or definitely points to a correction, or can. So that's a very big wick for this, for it to be a flag. Doesn't look so flaggy on the 1 hour. It's still got a little bit of work to do. Real interesting on the 1 hour with all moving averages bunched up there, and it's regained the two bottom ones. If you could see it come over the 50, that would be promising. Got some red coming over here, and that could be good or could be bad. Just depends on how thick that it gets or how thin it is. But if it's possible to come back and wick down here, but by then this cloud will kind of thicken up and that'll give us something to break up into. So that's something that we can look at. But man, look at that, those gains. 110% gain, cannot be mad at that. And even where it's currently at, 49% gains. And I think I got a small bag of this on crypto.com. I feel like I have a small bag of almost everything. I went way too wild buying small bags. So looking at that as being a possible flag. And possibly coming up to 42 cents. Let's take one from the candle body to there, just to be a little bit more conservative. That takes us up to 35. Okay. I mean, that's interesting to me. Let's go ahead and let's copy that one too. Descending volume as well. Yeah, good catch there. So that's a good sign. Definitely a good sign. I think it's going to flag out, and then we'll see some more upside there. Cartesi. 4 hour. Okay, descending volume as well. All right, I want to take just a minute. Oh, that's not where I was trying to go. All right, I'm going to take just a second because I've got some new stuff that I'm putting down here on the descriptions. Because today I actually got approved for a KuCoin referral link. And they denied me for so long. I guess I just didn't have enough subscribers on the channel, so I guess I broke whatever that number is. They finally gave me one. So I've got this is a referral link from MexC. So anybody watching this video, watching this stream, if you want to help support the channel, I have no idea how this works because this channel is not monetized at all. But a referral link, that would be helpful. If you start up if you're looking to start a new account, just keep these links in mind. But it's always good to have multiple accounts. I learned that lesson from Binance because they shut us down. They shut the US out. And then I went to a VPN and I was doing good. And then they started shutting, they got around the VPNs and identified as, so I got shut down on Binance about 3 times. And that's such a hassle having to move. You have to stop all your trading, move all your coins over somewhere else. So you're taking losses or whatever, taking whatever you can sell them for, because you have a limited time to get them out or to close your accounts or close your trades, and then a limited time or to, well, I think they keep it open. I don't think they can legally stop you from withdrawing your coins. They've never done that. But you have to get your, you can't trade. You can't do anything with them. You got to move, find a new exchange, open up a new account, whatever. So it's always good to have some. And I've got several different accounts. So, and also iTrustCapital. So if you're thinking about your future, you want a tax-free way to trade, that's pretty cool. I actually have an account there. And I don't know if I can safely pull it up now, but I was planning on doing that. I'll probably show it on another one when I actually log in. Pretty cool. Because you can put up to $7,000 a year there. And I did that probably back last fall, maybe just a little bit before the fall. Been playing with that. That's doing nice. I checked it today. I'm up like $1,800, I think. 13 to 18, somewhere through there. But it's looking nice. But you can trade tax-free. So I figured that would be pretty cool. Put it there for a few years, and when I get old enough to take that out, And then TradingView. This is not a affiliate link, but it's a referral link, and you guys, everybody's available for this. But if you're looking for TradingView, they do have free subscriptions, or they do have a free, it's a free platform. It's a little limited, but you at least need the free one. So everybody needs TradingView. And then if you decide to go for one of their subscriptions, if you use this link, you can get $10 off your monthly subscription or $30 off your yearly subscription. And then we got CoinTrendz, which does our bot in the trade group, and they've got a cool platform too that does does more. That's cool. You can go there even just for the free stuff. If you use that link, that can help. Crypto.com. Use this link, you get $25, and I get $25. I'm not sure what you have to do, if you have to open up a card or not. Used to, it was just opening an account would do it. And that's pretty much all that. And then we have our Telegram group links, free Telegram group. Come and hang out with the cool kids, learn how to trade these charts. Got some cool training materials there. So that's my little show. And we get back to the charts. Okay. All right, guys. If you got anything that you want me to look at, please just go ahead and mention it now. See, this was scheduled to start at 10:30, a little bit of a delay there, but technical difficulties. But since it is midnight my time, it may be an appropriate time to end this stream. But it's been fun looking at the coins that you guys wanted to check out. That's what I like. And always happy to do that. So, last call. Last call for analysis. ETC, BTC chart. Man, that's one that I've been wanting to do. I keep forgetting to do that. That's an important chart. So thank you for asking for that. Well, I was thinking about ETH, BTC, but ETC, BTC, we can do that too. Okay, where you at? Havid, type something in the chat. Just type something in there, doesn't matter what. See if you got a blue wrench. Oh, we gotta jump to the weekly here to get a fair read on this. So it's just bottoming out, just getting that rounded bottom there. So it's an accumulation. So it's a good time to accumulate this, and I've accumulated some because, you know, you never know. Sometimes you got to play these wild cards. Oh, now I got a touch there. I got a touch here. I got a break to the downside there. Let's look at that again. I don't like that. Touch, 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 break. I'm not happy about that at all. Okay, let's take a serious look at this. I mean, until AUK season comes, we're going to see our alts get slammed with BTC value, right? It's not until alt season when they start outperforming Bitcoin that it really takes off. Let's zoom in here. We're on the weekly. And we got a green dot on Market Cipher. The stochastics are at the bottom. RSI is at a great place. It's at 30. MACD looks like it's, you know, getting ready to turn around. What am I seeing here? It's making me think it's the 9 crossed negatively over the 200. I don't like that. But our 50's over the 100. So that's not terrible. This has lots of confusing signals. Okay. So it's fib time. Support at 786. Okay, that looks like it's a fairly good one. So when you pull a fib, and you want to look and make sure the price is respecting it, because if you don't see it respecting a lot of it, you may have to look at somewhere else to pull a fib. But it's fairly respected, but it does kind of go outside the guidelines just a little bit, but it does respect the areas. Are you coming down here? It's possible. Okay. And let's try it this way. Well, if things do, by chance, just go to hell, this is the area to look at, 0.00016, and that would give us a double bottom there. So I'll just put that on the radar. And it could double bottom here. Let's hope that's the case. That would be all right, because it looks like it wants to come down a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's going to come down a whole lot. This is getting thick over here. This is why I love the Ichimoku cloud. It just kind of helps sort some things out for me. Even though I don't use it like it's, I guess, ideally supposed to be used, it works for me. So if it's thickening up, that kind of tells me that there's a chance we can bottom out here. So hopefully that's what we'll see with BTC. Because we want our alts to outperform BTC, because that's where we make our money. That's where we stack those sats. Like I was talking about in the chat earlier, and I was trying to mention it last night on live stream. You know, I have no plans on selling my Bitcoin. I tend to accumulate. And it becomes your collateral then, and you can take loans out against that. It's just like, just like if you have a house or 3 houses or 4 houses or whatever, take out loans against those properties, but hold on to those properties. And it sounds weird, when you look at crypto and, you leave half a Bitcoin there and you can borrow half of what it's worth. Or you leave a Bitcoin there and you can borrow half of what it's worth. It doesn't sound like that great of a deal, right? But if you structured that at the right phases of the market, you don't want to do it when we're at the top, but do it, at the middle or bottom of the market, you can, get it where it won't be liquidated. You just pay the interest on it. Use your little tricks, trading or whatever, to pay back whatever you borrow. It's workable. But that's my take on Bitcoin. I'm not going to sell it. I will use it as collateral. It's just too scarce. And this is going to be the first thing adopted, and countries, government, central banks, everybody's going to be looking at it. So if there's crypto adoption, we know it's going to be Bitcoin first. That's king. Always going to be king. But ETC, let's see what ETC looks like on. So now this one looks more promising. This one looks, definitely going to go sideways for a little while, but we're above the 200 on the daily there. So in dollar wise, it looks good. So I'd see some more upside on that, but the BTC pair, yeah, they're alts are still going to be struggling with BTC until we actually get into altcoin season. Oh, you meant ETH BTC. Okay. I'm pretty sure I had that on KuCoin. Probably already had something up on it. I've got something going on over here. Don't know when I looked at this last. Oh. So the cool thing about this, man, this has been going on for a long time. When I started my channel over a year ago, one of the first videos I had was talking about, trading ETH and BTC. And we were still over here in this handle, man. We've just been there. But I remember when Bitcoin was, or when ETH was up here, like at, 1.4 Bitcoin and all that. And we can do that again. So this is part of one of my long plays that I'm doing on margin, where I'm trading Bitcoin against ETH, So I just layer in my orders down on the low. And as it comes down, it buys them, and then I've got sell orders at the top, and I'm just playing a range. And it slowly adds up. It's a slow process, but what else are you going to do? Hold them, put it in margin, let it work for you a little bit. But cup and handle, it's in a huge cup and handle. It's just taking forever to play out. But you know what? The guy who defined the cup and handle, William O'Neill, that's how he talks about it, playing it out over months. And he describes, we in crypto, we're seeing people on the 5-minute chart on cup and handle to the upside, but it's really a long accumulation process, and this has done it beautifully. Flag's a little kind of weird. It's more like a widening pattern rather than a flag like it normally is, but it still do fine. We've still got the rounded shape. We're still holding the ground there. And we're on the weekly here. How are we doing? So it came down to 0.062, and I've got my orders stacked. I had them stacked all the way to 57, and at one point it dropped down to 49. But now this looks... There we go with our falling wedge there. And technically that could be a flag. And that kind of makes sense. It would take us up toward the top of this pattern. Let's draw that from wick to wick. And that plays out beautifully. So wick to measured move, if it breaks out here. And that, I mean, if we put a day to it, I'm looking at what, or a week to it. The week of May 8th. It could break out sooner and still be in that same range. So whenever you take a measured move, you can, what's the word I'm looking for? You can project it, but once it actually gets that breakout, just make sure you always go back and put it right wherever that breakout is, just so you can be as accurate as possible. I like it, and I'm playing this one. It's been a slow mover, but it's been a good one. It's just slowly building my ETH, and right now I have more ETH in those accounts, in my margin accounts, than Bitcoin. It sucked up all my Bitcoin, or most of it, so I'm more ETH heavy on those pairs. But I'm cool with that because I know ETH is eventually, now that it's deflationary, it's going to take off, and I want to grow my Bitcoin, or maybe hey, hold on to some more ETH. Not a member. I'm late. Wind Moon. Oh, that's not a problem. There's always rewind. But I'm glad to have you here. Me waiting for all season. I know, but when it comes, man, you're going to turn that frown upside down, man. It's going to be awesome. World Reserve currency in gold, maybe. Are we talking about ETH? When I saw World Reserve currency, it reminded me of the unicorn that's IMF is putting out. If you guys heard about that, it's a CBDC for the central banks that they're working on. Which, I'm cool with CBDCs as long as it stays among banks. But when it starts coming to retail, when it starts coming to people as legal tender, no, that's pure evil. But if they want to play for it and settle accounts and stuff, yeah, that's fine. It's their own little closed system. Very anti. Oh, and Hobby says BTC World. Yeah. World Reserve currency. I mean, you've either got governments going to, a world government going to control everything and have their own world currency, which is, whether you're religious or believe in the Bible or prophecy or anything, that, is scary to see the possibility of that playing out. And I'll say it again. That's why I have it up here. And God said, let there be Bitcoin, to give us that option, to give us a way out of that. But Bitcoin, I mean, you can't beat it. It's not the greatest for transactions, but man, it decentralized. I mean, there's not a better currency out there. There's not a better store value out there. And I remember being so iffy about it when I was first learning about it and not trusting it. But now it's won me over heart and soul. And to the point that I am cash poor, but I'm crypto comfortable, which is not helping me pay my tax bill right now. So I've had to sell stock because I'm not selling my crypto. Stock market's getting ready to tank here in a little bit anyway. But Ethereum, Bitcoin, definitely. It's just taking it forever to play out, man. This is 2021 when we got here, man. Just taking forever, but it can't, I know that looks weird to say that's a cup and handle, but it may confuse people. Let me change that. These as projected lines. So, kind of looking at this for a cup and handle, but it can also make that megaphone pattern there too, and it does line up perfectly. Those two touches for a measure move. But if ETH, I mean, even ETH getting there, man, that would do so much for my Bitcoin. That's what 50% gain right there, just to getting up to the top of this area. And you have 50% more Bitcoin than what you started out with. So it's cool when you can buy your altcoins in dollars or whatever, and then you can sell it over for Bitcoin and just get a whole lot more value out of it. All right, guys, I think I am going to call it a night, but I appreciate you so very much for stopping by. You guys are my troopers. You guys are my OGs. I hope you guys be blessed and just trade carefully. It looks like it's just going to be a kind of a... Looks like it's just going to be a slow sideways kind of weird week. But tomorrow may be fun if we see them roast Gary Gensler in the House meetings or Senate meeting as House, I think. So let me poke some fun at that. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for coming by. Get a little Elvis for you there.
For those of you out there who've been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
And good night, guys. Thanks for stopping by.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.